Hello, I'm Eric Rasmussen, President of the Mountain View Schools Education Foundation Board of Trustees. The Mountain View School District has a special place in the Rasmussen family. My daughters and I are all graduates of the district, and my mom taught in the district for over 20 years. As a result, I have a deep appreciation for public education and what the Mountain View schools have to offer to the students in our community. The foundation has a long history of supporting a variety of initiatives that have a meaningful impact on the students in our district. Examples of these programs include the innovative funding of the ACT exam to juniors at no cost, increasing access to school-owned instruments, enhancing materials in STEAM labs, and investing in the Equity Promise Scholarship Program. While we are committed to continuing our support of a number of these important programs, we also intend to direct resources to strengthen distance learning this year. For the past 9 years, staff, parents, and community members have gathered and demonstrated extraordinary generosity through their participation in our flagship fundraising event, Rock the Schoolhouse. Historically, the evening's activities included funding our mission, which translates to a donation made in a frenzied and inspiring portion of the program led by an auctioneer. Although this year's Rock the Schoolhouse at Home edition may lack the same intensity of 300 people gathered in a single venue, the importance of the dollars raised tonight have never been more critical. A heartfelt thank you to those who have already demonstrated their support by making a donation in advance of tonight's event. For those that have yet to contribute, I feel confident that once you hear from our district leaders, you'll be inspired to make a gift to help address some of the challenges confronting our students. Notably, the need to ensure reliable internet access and the necessary technology to support learning in this unprecedented time. Thank you for your continued support. Let's hear from our incredible team.
One of the things that we've been working hard on this fall is providing internet access to students who otherwise could not have it in their home or did not have it in their home. In order to access learning, they needed to have access to the internet.
There's an assumption that all students have reliable and capable internet in their home and their place where they're working on their schoolwork. We found both within our district, Mountain View Public Schools, as well as our surrounding districts, and talking to colleagues, that's not always the case.
It's happening every place, and I think that you kind of hit the nail on the head when you say, if it's not happening in my home, it's not happening. And that's the tough piece. We have kids in so many different scenarios and situations here in our district, that you truly have to look at so many multiple perspectives when you come to answering that question as to what these issues are.
So in terms of making sure all students, all families had access to technology, one of the things we did is really went back to our school sites. And we started conversations at those levels with the staff who best knew our families.
We have students that if we didn't have staff going to their home to help the parent and the student, they would have never log in or learn how to do it, because we like to have that human contact, and we struggle when you do things from far away. Because we are so community-based, we like to do everything in groups. Distance learning can be isolating. It's isolating for everybody.
And so in trying to find that balance, there's our major technology roadblock, is how do we serve each one of our students and satisfy each one of their unique needs so that each one of them has the opportunity to be successful or unlock that potential that they have within.
So some of the challenges with technology, they're multifold, but certainly this becomes an equity conversation. Making sure that all of our students have access to adequate technology, to broadband, so internet access, devices, spaces where they can connect and then engage with our educational staff to support them in their learning. That was significant.
That was a kid that I was growing up. Give me that content I know how to do and I'm going to be successful. Now my issue is I don't have access to the content anymore. My family, we can't afford the high-speed internet. We got four of us at home, all trying to use the internet at the same time. So these videos you're trying to get me to watch, to learn, I can't learn from because they're always buffering, or there's always some issue, or the Chromebook that you gave me is too old, and so now the Chromebook's not working. So now I have to take a step back and I have to wait 2 days to get a new Chromebook to be able to utilize these tools that are there that actually do work for me.
So that someone had an internet connection, that could be true, but was it at a connection at a level where they could engage in the video conferencing, where they could engage in some of the learning that was happening, some of the software that needed to be run for them to be successful?
Due to the fact that the children were needing to access so many live videos and recorded videos during the day, the home that they were in did not have the bandwidth to be able to provide the proper amount of internet speed so that they could watch those and be successful with that.
I find that the average size of my families are 4 to 5 kids, believe it or not. And so when you don't have no Wi-Fi, or even if you have Wi-Fi and everybody's going to, and they're going to school at the same time doing distance learning, the signal becomes weak and it causes chaos among the kids.
So one of the things we did last spring was purchase some hotspots. These are devices that allow students to access the internet in a filtered manner because as a public school, we need to provide access to students, but we need to make sure that they are safe when they are online. The devices that we purchased in the spring were all distributed to students and families. Thankfully, if a family had 3 or 4 children, they could all use the same device.
So sometimes we have students, families that had choice. They had to learn only one kid to work at a time to get signal. So by getting extra hotspots and everything else for our families, we have allowed kids to do their work. And it's very helpful and safe because we're also helping people stay in their home and we prevent them from getting sick. Because if we didn't have COVID and we needed Wi-Fi, we just go to a coffee shop or to the library. But that's not an option that my families want to take risk.
The end goal is to ensure that all students have reliable access to the internet. And it takes a collaborative partnership between, different entities such as the foundation, internet providers, and different community groups.
And we're constantly looking to improve, find new ways to better engage our students and increase the learning that they're doing in this new virtual classroom, virtual learning environment.
So for example, the way that a few years back at Rock the Schoolhouse, when a lot of money was raised to provide students the opportunity to participate in band and orchestra through the use of the school-owned instruments program, right? Providing opportunities for kids that maybe would not have had the opportunity to be part of a band or an orchestra. But the other piece that the foundation has always done is they've helped to provide access. They provided access when they supported students taking the ACT, right, providing access to something that really could lead to an opportunity to maybe, taking that score and being admitted into a college or university. And here, when you talk about what we're looking to do this year, providing potential access for kids or providing their ability to link to distance learning a little bit better through the use of technology or hotspots or other kind of software. This is something that the Mounds View Schools Education Foundation has always felt very strongly about, is how can we work to supplement and support the great things that are happening in the Mounds View Public School District. And through that partnership, the two groups are really able to provide those things that make the Mounds View Schools a unique district and something that as a community we should all be very proud of.